Okay, last video for the day, I promise. At least for right now in the airport. Um, I think that there are so many opportunities for investment here in Thailand and especially in Southeast Asia. Vietnam, Malaysia, South Korea, Taiwan, Taipei. Taipei is a part of Taiwan, sorry. What am I thinking? Not Thailand, not Hong Kong, definitely. Um, Something with a T. I'm just completely drawing a blank. Taiwan, Taipei. I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna remember. I bet like as soon as I get off this Southeast Asia. This is gonna irritate me. But anyways, a lot of investment opportunities, specifically because in emerging tech, because it'd be really cheap to invest in emerging tech, especially startups here. As for foreign investors, that's one of the studies that I'm working on now. Is just looking at how international agreements, regional agreements, are affecting foreign direct investments, especially in emerging technology. Emerging tech is so important right now for local communities to support, growing markets, growing technology that could change the lives of everyone in the community, especially if, imagine if you put a Facebook in an impoverished community. That impoverished community now has an influx of employees, influx of revenue, influx of tax dollars, an influx of other businesses that are coming to contract and want to move closer to Facebook. And that goes for all these larger conglomerates, Facebook, Google, Amazon, etc. But imagine if you had Facebook before it became Facebook, as a startup, and you could invest in that. And it wasn't necessarily an American-based company, it was a Southeast Asia-based company, something that was growing organically from within that space. That would be so cheap for investors, foreign investors to invest in, and it would be so beneficial for the domestic economy. So it's almost like a win-win. So I'm looking more into that in terms of how to package those kinds of investments. I'm going to be approaching banks and just talking to them about how they're issuing loans or how they're issuing capital to local startups, local small businesses that are really operating in emerging tech, and then try to see how to best package those. I don't want to. I was thinking about the financial crisis in 2018, how they had like mortgage-backed securities. So it would be something like a high growth-backed security, something like that. So I'm trying to figure out how you would bundle that and just kind of doing more research on what that would look like. But it's just an idea. I'm not really thinking that. I'm not saying that this is something that exists right now. I mean, so, if you have this idea, maybe it's something that you could run with as well. I don't want to talk about this going. I hope they don't do an English translation after this. Are they talking about our flight? Okay, so they're doing English translation, of course. That's the worst part about traveling abroad, is that they always do, I was going to call it the foreign translation, but I'm in their country, so they always do the domestic they always do like the domestic language, and then they do the English translation. And sometimes if you're on like a really cross-national flight, they do 3 different languages, and it's just so annoying. It takes so much, like the in-flight instructions take so long. You're just trying to watch a movie or go to sleep. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's a really good opportunity for micro investment, for crowd investing, for people who might not necessarily have the money to invest in tech in America would be able to then invest in tech in emerging growth markets. In high growth tech. So imagine, like I said, a Facebook or a robotics, artificial intelligence company, something like that was based in a cheap place. I'm just going to say it, like Bangkok or something like that. So you could invest in a really high growth technology in a cheap market where it would be affordable for you to invest there, and you would still be able to receive the same high growth opportunities as if it was anywhere else, because it's pretty much a global world. And when you're dealing with tech, that's what I love about it. It translates very well. Everyone's going to need robotics. Everyone's going to need artificial intelligence. Everyone's going to need different types of drones, etc., for delivery. I mean, that's just going to be everywhere. All right. So, just an idea about foreign direct investments in emerging technology, specifically in Southeast Asia and cheaper markets.